This is BBC Radio 4, and it's now time for this week's instalment of Camden Closet, this week being read by Sir Daniel White, CBE. His following work entitled Saudi and Friends Go to Heaven.
A snapshot from where Saudi walked into the toilet, only to see Dan White bumming Nick, gently and slowly, like a lofty rabbit. It was only a few moments before the white jacket was off and Andy and Dan were romping like horny moomins. It was wild, wilder than the hair that wafted as the trio did copulate in sheer ecstasy. Mess did follow, and like a hoover, Andy did suck the sweet, sweet nectar that dripped from Nick's glorious hole. Once hoovered, Nick went to fetch the video camera that Davina kept hidden in her wardrobe. As the film started rolling, Saudi leapt onto Dan like a baby lemur to its mother and suckled upon its sweet, lactating nipples. Dan White's bum was aflame with gay and did a bit of shit all over Nick's face. "Here, here, my boy, let me lick," said Andy. The arousal was fantastic as the poo was shoveled into Nick's mouth. "It tastes like dirty stew," he said with glee. Just as Nick was finishing off the remaining poo that was stuck to Andy's fur, no other than Cherie Blair pulled back the door with a triumphant groan, dressed in nothing but an overcoat and a strap-on. "Drop that camera and put your hole over this, big boy," she demanded to Nick with glee. He did as she desired, whilst Andy fiddled with her fish market fur burger. This was all topped off with Dan manhandling Andy's balls using an ice cream scoop. One of Andy's balls fell out of his scrot and into the ice cream scoop. "I'm mighty sorry," cried Dan. "Do not despair, my dear. Eat it and use its goodness." When all of a sudden, a light shone from above. It was Jesus. "May I join? I like a good ramming," he asked. "Why, of course," everyone shouted with a smile. 10 days later. "Bang me harder," said Jesus to Andy. Andy wasn't happy as his foreskin was red raw. Dan was exhausted and was throwing up in the toilet, and Nick was dead. But Jesus was still giving him a blowjob. All of a sudden, the calendar skipped to Easter Sunday, and Nick awoke again. As he stood, light shone on the whole of Andy's downstairs toilet. Everyone stopped dead in their tracks and gazed at Nick. He then announced, "You shall all have a ticket to paradise. Each of you shall have a free ticket to the best place in the universe, full of enlightened cock and happy gangbangs." Immediately, everyone took this opportunity. Even the ice cream scoop and Cherie Blair's fur burger. The stairs were long and arduous, but they did conquer them. A voice was heard above all the rest. "Thou shalt take," said the voice. It was God. God walked forward holding the master cock. Andy squealed as he was shunted up the bumhole. Nick's turn was swift but violent, and Dan was porked so hard that he fell over and swallowed Cherie Blair's merkin. "Fuck this," cried Nick. "I'm going home. I love the feel of cock on my ring piece, but I cannot take the master cock." God wasn't pleased and sent poor Nick to hell, where the demons would hump him with pitchforks for eternity, along with a weekend break involving blowing Jeremy Clarkson.
That was Camden Closet, produced and directed by Stella Flues, John Bergman, Peter Hinton, and engineered by Asperger's Clock.